Alright, so you know when you're sat there doing something productive and then you reach over and grab your phone and you have the intention originally to do something important. Maybe it's message someone or set a reminder or something, and then moments later you're just sat there mindlessly scrolling through some random app and you've completely forgot what it was you originally set out to do. I know this used to happen to me like 5 times a day, and so I really wanted to figure out a way to keep my phone usage as intentional and productive as possible. So in this video, I just want to walk through how I've been setting up my iPhone recently to maximize productivity and avoid getting mindlessly sucked in and distracted all the time. And first off, if you clicked on this video, I'll just give you one piece of advice, and that is to just minimize your phone usage altogether. I think you can make your phone as productive as you want, but at the end of the day, it is 1,000 times better if you just avoid using it as much as you can and do most of your productive work on your laptop or something else that is not as full of distractions and ringing bells and stuff to grab your attention. But of course, sometimes we will have to use our phone, whether it's for business or for personal use. It's really just become an essential part of today's society, and the iPhone in particular has given us so many great benefits, but it's also become one of the biggest distractions and one of the biggest killers of productivity for a lot of people out there. So why is it so easy to get distracted by your phone in the first place? Well, when you innocently grab it just to check your calendar, set a reminder, or jot down a quick note, you're just suddenly ambushed by all these endless possibilities at your fingertips. All the colorful app icons are just doors waiting to be opened so your mind can travel down a path of instant enjoyment. Netflix, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, video games, easy dopamine hits, all at just the touch of a finger. And avoiding opening one of these doors is really just like a fat kid walking around a candy store without actually getting any candy. It's kind of impossible. And so I found to avoid getting distracted, I really just needed to remove the doors entirely. So I deleted most apps from my phone and kept only the essentials that I use on a regular basis on the device itself. Then I took it one step further and cut it down to the main essentials that I actually use to be productive, and I kept those on the home screen while hiding everything else in the app library. So for me, this meant that I just deleted all my social media apps from my phone. No Instagram, no TikTok, no Twitter, none of that stuff. But I know a lot of you might need to use them for business, to post or whatever for your brand. And don't worry, I've got another trick for you guys that I'll talk about towards the end of this video, so stick around for that. Next, I thought about all the times when I would just mindlessly pick up my phone without even the intention to do anything with it. I just was sitting there, being productive. Boom, I hear my phone buzz, reach over, and then next thing you know, I'm wasted like an hour of my life. And so to fix this, I went ahead and turned off as many notifications as possible on my phone. So personally now, I think I only have notifications on for calendar, Todoist, a couple work-related apps, and messages. But for messages, I have it filtered so that I can only be contacted by certain people at certain times of day. I'll get more into that when I talk about focus modes, which is one of the sort of new features with iPhones. But you might be concerned about missing out if you turn off all your notifications. I know I sort of was at first, but then after I tried it, I realized that I wasn't actually missing anything. And if there's an emergency, people can call you. I think there's even a setting where if someone calls you multiple times in a row and you're on Do Not Disturb or you have notifications muted, it will actually put the call through. So don't really think that's an issue. And after I turned off most of my notifications, I definitely noticed a difference in just the amount of times that I was mindlessly, scrolling through my phone. So I would definitely recommend giving that a try. So turning off notifications and deleting unnecessary apps, I think those are two of the sort of fundamental things that you can do to make your phone more productive. But there's some less known tricks that I've been using recently that could be a game changer for you. But before I get into it, if you've enjoyed the video so far, please leave a like or subscribe. That way I know what kind of videos people actually enjoy watching so I can make more of those, and what videos people don't enjoy as much. Next, I wanted to make sure that when I did intentionally pick up my phone for a certain reason, that I actually stuck to that intention. And the way I've done that is by setting up focus modes, which is a recently added feature to iOS. And so as you can see, this is my home screen right now, and I am on the flow focus mode, or the flow state deep work focus mode. And so I have my home screen set up so that when I activate this focus mode, I only see the apps that are actually relevant to my deep work or the stuff I want to do when I get into a flow state, which lately has just been, script and record YouTube videos. And so I've got Notes here, Camera, Notion. This is like that Sony live shooting app that kind of sucks. Then let's say I've done some deep work and now it's time to go work out, go to the gym. I will click the shortcut I have here for fitness, and then boom, it activates my fitness home screen setup. And so here I've got my Apple Fitness app, Spotify, Audible, Health app, Strong is what I use for weightlifting. And yeah, this way I don't get distracted by other apps and, all those people at the gym, myself included sometimes, who are, sitting on the bench after they've done their set and then they're just like scrolling through Instagram or something. I've been trying to avoid that. And then I also have a home screen for learning. So this is when maybe at the end of the day, after I've done my work, I like to do a little learning session, whether that's reading books, listening to audio books. I've been trying to, pick up my Japanese studies. So I've got, Duolingo, italki on here, ChatGPT, Instapaper, a few different apps that are relevant for when I'm sort of in that learning mode. And then I've also set up a relax mode. You can see the app sort of change again. I've got messages on here. Oh my God, 80 messages. Who was texting me? I don't know. And I should note that when I change between all these focus modes, the apps that are allowed to send me notifications and also the people that are allowed to send me notifications through text messages also change with each of these modes. So if I go into settings, I can see all the modes I have. And for example, when I'm in the flow, focus, deep work, whatever you want to call it, I have basically no one is allowed to message me. So I won't get any sort of text message notifications. And I just have a few apps that are allowed to send me notifications. And then I also have my sleep mode, which actually will remove all the apps and just create this black screen. So you can't really see it too well now, but this is the lock screen for the sleep mode, and usually like a moon will appear here, but obviously you can't really see the moon because it's not nighttime yet. You can see what it looks like here. And so I have all the lock screens also changing when I change between these focus modes. Sleep, I've got the deep work focus mode, and also as you can see, I've obviously color coordinated them. And I think all of this together is a great way to be more clear about the intention that you're setting when you pick up your phone. So now, like if I pick up my phone and I see it's all purple like this, I kind of know subconsciously, okay, well, I'm in deep work mode right now. I'm not in like just mindlessly scroll mode. If I pick it up and I see all these learning apps and I remember, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be learning now. I should also mention that I like using the widgets on the lock screen, particularly the one for Todoist. If I'm, being productive and then I think, okay, I need to remember to do something later, I can open up my phone and actually just quickly add it without going through the rest of my phone and getting distracted by notifications, messages, other apps and stuff. Because when you click that widget, it just goes straight to the app and opens it up. That's the main widget that I probably use the most on the lock screen, but as you can see, I also have the widget for ChatGPT and also Chrome to just quickly do a Google search. I've also turned off tap to wake on my phone. I know by default on the new iPhones, you can just literally tap the screen and it'll unlock, it'll light up and ooh, shiny, I wanna go stare at my phone some more. I've turned that off, so I have to actually physically click this side button. So if you see here, like I can tap and nothing's happening. And so this again, it seems small, but this really helps because I'm thinking back to when I would just kind of randomly just be clicking my phone just to see, what the time is, see what's happening. And here I have to actually reach over, hit the button. Next, I would say if you don't 100% need your phone for work, if you actually want to get super productive and don't care about missing any notifications, I would just keep your phone in another room, turn it on do not disturb, turn it on airplane mode, and then when it's time to go check something, you can go grab your phone and check it. But again, that's really the best way to be more productive if you don't obviously need to use your phone for work. It's just to not use it altogether, to be perfectly honest. But for those of you who do need to use your phone, in particular social media apps like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, to maybe post content for your business or something work related, that can be tricky because obviously you can open up those apps and you can post for your business and that's productive, but then you can also get stuck and mindlessly scroll through TikTok or something. I know my sister, she has a TikTok account and she posts there all the time, but then she also admits that she gets sucked in because right after she posts, she'll just end up scrolling. But there is one way around that, and that's with an app called OneSec. Basically what this does is you can set up shortcuts so that when you open up certain apps like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, it'll basically block you at first and do this little intervention routine thing. And so there's stuff like breathing exercise where it'll basically just make you wait 10 seconds before proceeding and ask you to breathe and like confirm if you actually want to open this app. And then one that I kind of like that's sort of funny is it'll flip the selfie camera on. So what this ends up looking like is you'll be kind of in bed, just like all nasty looking at your phone in in the middle of the night or something, and you'll click the Instagram or TikTok or something, and then it'll pop up with the selfie cam, flip it around, and you'll just kind of look at yourself and you'll just look all gross and be like, dang, what am I doing? But then of course, if you do actually want to use the app, you can wait through the little intervention and then proceed. I think it also has some cool features where once you've proceeded and start using the app, if you're still using the app after like a certain amount of time, 5 minutes or something, it will send you a notification or pop up on the screen basically saying, are you sure you want to still use this? Like, did you finish what you're doing? Are you staying on task? And so that's good to avoid those situations where you hop on there to post or do something productive, but then get stuck and lose track of time and just start mindlessly scrolling. As you can see from my 1sec stats here, I don't really use this anymore because I've deleted all these apps from my phone altogether. But back when I did, supposedly this blocked me from using Instagram like 2,000 times, YouTube 128 times, TikTok 300 times. So that's kind of a lot of time, and it saved me like almost 6 days of my life because I guess it calculated how long I usually spend on the app and did some basic math there, but that's pretty crazy. So for those of you who do use social media and some of those more addicting apps for productive uses, I would definitely recommend getting an app like 1sec, or I'm sure there's other alternatives out there on the App Store to keep yourself on task and using your phone with intention. So let me know down in the comments what apps you actually keep on your iPhone home screen and what you do to set up your phone to be more productive, if anything. If you don't, maybe you can try out some of the things in this video. But as always, do something today that your future self would thank you for.